yet never tired of boasting about her feminist credentials. But we both know what hypocrites feminists can be. In fact, that was one of the first things we agreed on, that night at the bookshop when I stayed behind after the crowds had dwindled. Some dreary woman was complaining about the lack of positive female role models in your books, as if your first responsibility as a novelist isn't to tell a good story, but is to make her feel validated. I could see you needed rescuing, so I spoke up. That's the trouble with certain kinds of feminists. What they lack in imagination, they make up for in self-righteousness. You feigned shock. And what kind of feminist are you? The recovering kind, I replied, and you laughed, flashing those perfect white teeth of yours. You asked my name, and I handed you my business card. Evie, you said. That's a pretty name. I watched you slide the card into your breast pocket. Then you took my book and signed it. To Evie, a kindred spirit. Best wishes, Tom Hunter. Imagine, me and Tom Hunter, kindred spirits. If only you'd known how thrilled I was. But I hid it well. I've always been good at hiding things. And that was just the beginning. I'd been following you on Twitter for a year by then, but despite tagging you in several posts that praised your work, you hadn't followed me back. Clearly you had a change of heart that night. Did you check my profile before you went to sleep? Did you lie awake, counting down the hours until you made your next move? Because at 6:12 a.m. the next morning, there it was. A notification informing me that you were now following me on Twitter. I tried not to read too much into it, but I couldn't help myself. 6:12 a.m. is an intimate time to be expressing an interest in someone. Most of us are barely awake at such an early hour. I pictured you lying in bed, wiping the sleep from your eyes and looking at your phone, already thinking of me. It's no wonder my mind was racing. A girl could be forgiven for thinking you had designs on her. And as this girl soon discovered, she wasn't wrong. But back to today. I spotted you long before you saw me. You were climbing out of a black cab. You had the collar of your jacket turned up and a red scarf tied loosely around your neck. You looked good. A little tired around the eyes, perhaps, but I suppose that's only to be expected. It can't have been easy for you, keeping up appearances all this time. No wonder the strain is starting to show. I assume that was her with you, Emma Norton, the one I'm obliged to refer to as the other woman. I must say she looks nothing like her profile pic. She's obviously not a natural blonde, not like me. Dad says my hair is the colour of honey. The sweetness starts at the top of my head and runs through me like letters through a stick of rock. Was Emma the reason you blanked me today? I won't pretend I wasn't hurt by that. My lawyer said I shouldn't talk to you. But we're both adults. We can still be civil to one another. And just because someone studied law, it doesn't mean they're always right. I've had injury lawyers cold calling me about car accidents that never happened. That's how much faith I have in the legal profession. Remember when Morrissey wrote that song describing lawyers as liars? As a fellow fan, I'm sure you'll agree that he had a point. Listening to all the legal arguments today, I was struck by a number of things. 1, what a mess we've made for ourselves. 2, what clever bastards those lawyers are. They twist everything, don't they? And 3, wouldn't it be easier if we just sorted this out between ourselves? I know we tried before, that night I waited for you outside your flat. Maybe if you'd invited me in, instead of freaking out and calling the police, we could have resolved our differences there and then. We still could. It's not too late. Why make this any harder than it needs to be? I'm willing to forgive and forget if you are. Promise me you'll think about it. Sleep on it and email me in the morning. And if I don't hear from you, at least I'll know where I stand. And I'll see you tomorrow in court. Yours, Evie.
2. 8 months earlier. I'm a writer, Tom said. I write novels. This was usually the point at which people asked anything I'd have read. For most of the